You have to understand something very important. Nobody can control you unless you hand them that power. The moment you allow someone's words or actions to disturb your peace, you've already given them authority over your emotions. And you don't owe anyone that kind of control. People will test you. They'll push your buttons. They'll try to trigger you because that's all they know. But the truth is, the way you react says more about you than it does about them. When someone tries to provoke you, instead of snapping back, breathe. Remind yourself that their behavior is a reflection of their inner chaos, not yours. They may be unhappy, insecure, or lost. And the only way they know how to deal with that is by projecting it onto you. But if you let that energy seep into your life, you start carrying their baggage. And why would you willingly carry a load that was never yours in the first place?
Your strength comes from detachment. Detachment doesn't mean you don't care. It means you don't allow outside forces to dictate your inner state. You decide how you feel, not them. You decide whether today is going to be peaceful or stressful. When you stop reacting, you become untouchable. Imagine the power of walking through life unshaken by gossip, insults, or disrespect. People can talk, they can throw shade, they can try to dim your light, but it doesn't touch you because you know who you are, you know your worth. And that inner knowing is louder than any noise around you.
Every time you refuse to get angry, you're training your mind, you're building discipline, you're proving to yourself that nothing outside of you has control over you. The person who triggers you controls you. The person who distracts you owns your focus. But when you choose calm over chaos, silence over reaction, peace over anger, that's when you step into true power. So don't waste energy explaining yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Don't waste time arguing with people who thrive on drama. And don't let small minds pull you into battles that don't deserve your presence. Instead, rise above. Protect your energy like it's gold because it is. Your peace is priceless and nothing is worth losing it over. The next time someone tries to get under your skin, remember you're not here to play their game. You're here to master yourself. And once you master yourself, no one, not a friend, not a stranger, not even life circumstances can take that peace away from you. When you finally realize that nobody on this earth has the power to make you angry unless you hand it to them, you begin to understand what true freedom feels like. Think about it for a second. The moment you get triggered by someone's words or actions, you've already allowed them to step into your mind and rearrange your emotions. That means in that instant you've surrendered control. And why would you ever give a stranger, a critic, or even someone close to you that kind of power over your life? You need to recognize how sacred your energy is. The way you feel, the way you carry yourself, the way your day flows, it's all directly tied to whether you protect or abandon your peace. When someone pushes your buttons, they're testing you. They're seeing how easy it is to pull you out of character. And when you react, when you explode, when you let anger consume you, you're basically announcing to the world, yes, you control me. Yes, you have power over me. That's weakness disguised as strength, because screaming, fighting back, or proving yourself doesn't show power. Real power is silence. Real power is calmness. Real power is looking at someone who is trying to provoke you and choosing not to give them the satisfaction. Understand this. People who lash out, people who insult, people who try to belittle others, they're not doing it because they're powerful. They're doing it because they're hurting. They're doing it because they're insecure. And the only way they know how to feel a little better is by pulling someone else down. And if you let yourself get dragged into that pit with them, you become just like them. Why would you lower your standards to match their brokenness? Why would you dim your light just to argue with someone who doesn't even see their own? Your emotions are your responsibility. Nobody owes you peace. Nobody owes you calmness. That's something you must create within yourself every single day. The discipline to stay grounded. The discipline to walk away instead of react. The discipline to remain still in a storm. That's what separates people who own themselves from those who get tossed around by every word and every situation. And let me tell you, once you master that, life feels completely different. Imagine someone insulting you to your face, expecting you to break, expecting you to cry, expecting you to fight, and you just stand there smiling, unbothered. Do you know what kind of strength that requires? Do you know what kind of control that shows? That is when people start realizing you are untouchable. That's when they see they can't play games with you. They can't manipulate you. They can't get under your skin because you've taken your power back. Stop letting people who don't even matter rent space in your head. Stop replaying arguments in your mind. Stop giving hours of your day to emotions triggered by people who won't even remember their own words tomorrow. Your time is too valuable. Your mind is too powerful. And your peace is too sacred to be wasted like that. Every time you choose not to get angry, you're proving to yourself that you're in charge. Every time you choose silence over chaos, you're rewriting your story. And every time you choose to walk away from something that doesn't deserve you, you're leveling up in ways most people never will. Anger feels powerful in the moment, but it's a weakness. It's a chain tying you to situations and people who don't deserve your energy. Control, however, that's strength. When you learn to control yourself, when you learn to pause before reacting, when you learn to keep your heart and mind still, even when everything around you is trying to shake you, that's the ultimate form of mastery. And here's the truth. The world is never going to stop testing you. There will always be people who talk, people who hate, people who doubt, people who throw stones. But your job isn't to silence them. Your job is to remain silent within yourself. You don't need to fight every battle. You don't need to prove yourself every time someone challenges you. You don't need to answer every insult. You don't need to chase every rumor. You know why? Because people can only affect you if you give them permission. So the next time someone tries to get you angry, remind yourself, I'm not controlled. I don't bend to their chaos. I am bigger than this moment. I am bigger than their noise. I am bigger than their projection. Walk away, smile, protect your energy. That's how you win. That's how you stay untouchable. And that's how you take back every ounce of power that was ever stolen from you. Detachment is the art of holding on to your peace when everything around you is trying to pull it away. Most people confuse detachment with indifference. They think if you're detached, it means you don't care. But that's not true at all. Detachment means you care, but you don't cling. You understand that people will act how they want, situations will unfold the way they're meant to, and none of it has the power to shake your foundation unless you let it. Detachment is strength, not weakness. It's what makes you untouchable. Think about how often people ruin their own peace because they're overly attached to outcomes. They want someone to behave a certain way. They want life to go in a specific direction. They want every detail to fit their expectations. And when it doesn't, they crumble. They lash out. They get angry. They drown themselves in frustration. That's not strength. That's dependency. You've tied your happiness to things you can't control, and that's the fastest way to live in disappointment. But when you practice detachment, you stop demanding the world bend for you. You stop needing everyone's approval. You stop begging for control. Instead, you let go. You breathe. You understand that no matter what happens, you will remain centered. Detachment is about not letting people's words cut into you. People will always have opinions. Some will love you. Some will hate you. Some will misunderstand you. And that's fine. You don't exist to be understood by everyone. You don't exist to win every heart. You exist to be true to yourself. And when you're detached, you can see someone judging you, talking about you, maybe even disrespecting you. And instead of reacting, you think that's their reality, not mine. And you walk away without carrying their negativity with you. It's not that you stop caring. It's that you care in a way that protects you. You can love deeply without losing yourself. You can commit fully without becoming dependent. You can be kind without being drained. That's detachment. Showing up as your best self, but knowing that your peace, your worth, your happiness all come from within, not from external sources. Imagine living a life where nobody's mood changes your mood, where no insult ruins your day, where no rejection shakes your confidence. That's what detachment gives you, because you're no longer attaching your peace to people, places, or things that are temporary and unstable. Instead, you anchor yourself in something stronger, your inner self. And don't mistake this for coldness. Detachment doesn't mean you shut your heart off. It means you open your heart without fear. You don't fear losing people because you never change your happiness to them in the first place. You don't fear failure because your identity isn't tied to outcomes. You don't fear criticism because you know who you are beyond what anyone else sees. That's what makes you powerful. Life is unpredictable. People will disappoint you, plans will fall apart, situations will change. If your stability is tied to those things, you'll always be at the mercy of chaos. But if you build your stability within yourself, if you learn to detach, then no storm can move you. You'll watch the winds blow, the waves crash, the noise rise, and you'll stand tall, unshaken. That's why detachment is the highest form of strength. Anyone can get angry. Anyone can argue. Anyone can fall apart when life doesn't go their way. But it takes real discipline to look at the same situation and say, I choose peace. It takes courage to let go instead of cling. It takes maturity to stop reacting and start observing. So practice it. When someone tries to provoke you, detach. When life throws an obstacle in your path, detach. When things don't go exactly how you want it, detach. Tell yourself, I am not defined by this. I am not shaken by this. I am more powerful than this. That mindset will carry you through anything. And here's the beautiful part. The more detached you become, the more control you gain. Because detachment isn't about giving up. It's about rising above. It's about mastering yourself so deeply that no one else has access to your peace. And when you reach that point, when you stop allowing external chaos to dictate your inner calm, you finally become free. Protecting your energy is not just a choice, it's a necessity if you want to live a powerful and unshaken life. Your energy is the fuel that drives everything you do, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions. When you allow people to drain it, when you let situations steal it, when you hand it out carelessly, you weaken yourself. And the truth is, most people don't even realize how much of their energy they waste on things that don't matter. Arguments that lead nowhere, gossip that changes nothing. People who are committed to misunderstanding you, situations that are beneath you. You give them your energy and in return, you lose your peace. You need to start treating your energy like it's gold, because it is. Protecting your energy means saying no more often. It means walking away from drama without explanation. It means refusing to engage with people who only want to pull you into their chaos. You are not obligated to attend every battle you're invited to. You don't need to respond to every insult. You don't need to explain yourself to people who already decided not to understand you. Every time you protect your energy, you're building walls around your peace. And not walls that isolate you, but walls that keep the poison out. Think about how many times you've let one negative comment ruin your mood for the whole day. Someone says something cruel, and suddenly your thoughts spiral. You replay it over and over in your head, feeding it, giving it life. That's energy wasted. Protecting your energy means refusing to let that cycle even begin. When someone says something meant to hurt you, you don't grab it. You let it pass through you like wind. You tell yourself, that doesn't belong to me. That's their projection, not my truth. That way, you stay unbothered. And here's the thing. Not everyone deserves access to you. Not everyone deserves your time, your attention, your focus. You're not a public resource. You're not here to be drained by people who don't bring value to your life. Protecting your energy means being selective about who gets close to you. If someone constantly leaves you feeling empty, stressed, or disrespected, you don't keep giving them chance after chance. You step back, you create distance, you guard your peace, because your peace is priceless. Protecting your energy also means being mindful of where you place your focus. Energy flows where attention goes. If you spend all your time focusing on negativity, problems, and people who don't matter, your energy will always feel low. But if you shift that focus inward on your growth, on your goals, on your healing, you'll notice your energy rising. You'll feel lighter, you'll feel stronger, you'll start glowing in a way that nothing external can dim. That's what happens when you stop scattering your energy and start channeling it where it actually matters. And here's a truth you need to remember. Not everyone is meant to go where you're going. As you grow, as you level up, you'll notice certain people can't come with you. They'll drain you, distract you, try to hold you back. Protecting your energy means recognizing that and letting them go, no matter how hard it feels. Because holding on to people who drain you is like carrying weights while trying to fly. You'll never soar if you keep handing your wings to those who don't even know how to use theirs. Sometimes protecting your energy will make people angry. They'll call you selfish, cold, distant. But understand this, they're not upset because you're protecting yourself. They're upset because they can no longer use you. They can no longer feed off your reactions, your time, your attention. Don't let that guilt pull you back into cycles you've already outgrown. Choosing peace will always upset those who thrive on chaos. But remember, you're not here to please them. You're here to master yourself. Protecting your energy isn't just about people either. It's also about how you treat yourself. The conversations you have in your own head matter. The way you talk to yourself, the way you handle your mistakes, the way you nurture or neglect your own needs, that all determines the quality of your energy. Be kind to yourself. Rest when you need it. Feed your mind with positivity. Protect your inner world the same way you protect your outer one. Because if you don't take care of your own energy, no one else will. So every time you're faced with a situation that could disturb your peace, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Most of the time, the answer will be no. Most of the time, you'll realize it's not worth your reaction, your attention, or your time. And when you start living like that, when you start protecting your energy fiercely, you become unstoppable. Because nothing and no one can touch a person who guards their peace like it's treasure.